Okay, Mayor, we're live.
Okay, I bring the town board back to order. We have just left closed session or executive session. We were discussing the negotiations on some property that the town is looking for future use for our facilities. And I will turn it over to Dave to give us introduction, and also Kelly. So it's all yours, Dave.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next item on your agenda is a real estate purchase contract. The draft in front of you is dated December 21st, 2020. It has been signed by the sellers, Donnie Woodleaf and Patsy Woodleaf. This is a contract to purchase approximately 17 acres at $92,000 an acre, situated along Young Street. And the manager has additional information regarding this contract.
So, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, this land is land that has been identified as land that you, as a town, can build your future town hall and police department facilities on. Also, it is land that would accommodate a future Wake County Library site on. This land came to our attention after due diligence over the course of about last year of looking at tracts of land that are adjacent to or within the Rolesville center of Main Street and Young Street. As you know, there are not too many large parcels that are available, except for the current land that we own on Main and Young. That land is under purchase agreement with Cobblestone for their development efforts in conjunction with the town. And since that purchase agreement has been made and we know the future of that land, we continue to need a site for town hall and police department. Currently, the town does own the site that the town hall is sitting on, but it is leasing the police department facility. And we have entered in recently into a 5-year lease in which we are gaining nothing out of that except for making lease payments. It has been a strong desire by the town board in the past to try and find a more permanent home for both the police and town hall that would lend to a sense of community and place. And with that being part of the goal and vision of the Main Street Vision Plan and past town boards, we landed on this land, which is on Young Street, close to existing public facilities like the fire station and the EMS facility. We had a landowner who was amenable and worked with the town to reach an agreement. And the agreement allows the town to have a 120-day due diligence period. So we will go ahead and do our due diligence on this parcel if it is approved. We will also seek an appraisal to verify whether the price that we're paying at $92,000 an acre is appropriate. And sometime within the 120-day due diligence period, we will know whether we will enact and finalize the agreement. The contract also calls for closing 60 days after the 120-day period. So there is still opportunity for the town to gain information, make sure it's the right choice. But for now, we believe this is the right choice that will lead to a long-term place for town and Wake County facilities such as a library on this location. I can enter any questions on the agreement.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion if you deem it proper at this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, based on the narrative from Kelly, and as I believe $92,000 is a very reasonable price, 120 days due diligence is more than enough time, I believe, for us to get the answers that we need. And the sellers allowing us to tie this land up, which is worth over which is priced at over 1.5 million, and we tied up for only $10,000. That is fully refundable, less $100 during the due diligence period. I move that we execute this contract.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Wilson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second, second from Paul Vilga. Is there any more discussion? And I would say, I would encourage, commissioners to participate in any discussion you want to at this time. We can take a vote and then have some discussion afterward if you want to, either way. But any discussion on the motion, it would be acceptable for right now.
I just want to add a comment for the public before I cast a vote. I want to just indicate for not only this land purchase, for any future land purchase, that we ensure that any member on this board, whether a voting member or not, state if you have any family relationship or close friend relationship with anybody that we're looking to purchase land from. In past dealings on this board, not this current board, there has been some questions, and I just want to make sure that everything we do is above board and that we reveal any relationships that might exist prior to taking a vote, prior to making agreements. So I just want to make sure that that becomes a part of our process for
Also, I'd like to add to that if anybody stands to gain financially, that would be a conflict of interest, and that is not acceptable either.
So I just wanted to share that. Thanks, Jackie, for adding that.
Okay. Any other comments or discussion that we need to have at this time? From any other commissioners? Okay, I will call for a vote. I will say, in the spirit of Commissioner Sutton's request, that I do know the Woodliff family. Been knowing them for 20 years. I have no personal relationship other than knowing them. And I have no financial relationships in anything dealing with the property. Any other commissioner want to make a statement before we vote on this land purchase? All right. Well, I will call for a vote then. All in favor? Well, I think we probably need a roll call on it, Robin, being with virtual here. So if you don't mind, do a roll call.
Okay, this is on the the motion made by Commissioner Wilson to execute the contract, seconded by Commissioner Vilga. We'll start with Commissioner Medley. How do you vote?
Yay.
I'm sorry?
I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Sneed?
Aye.
Commissioner Sutton?
Aye.
Commissioner Vilga?
Aye.
And Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
And that is a unanimous vote, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much, Robin. And I think, we got 120 days here that we need to really do our due diligence on this. And I'm sure Kelly, you got a lot of directions on that. But also, commissioners, I would say, make sure you guys understand, what we're getting into. Make sure that it is a good deal for the town, a good location. And also, I'm sure we'll be hearing from some citizens. I know we need to talk some more with Wake County. I think we've been waiting a couple of years trying to find a site that Wake County would work with us on. And I think, it may be a good site for the library. we probably, need to dig in there a little bit in the next 20 days and be sure of that. Also, get any information, from the police department or facilities and that type of thing. So, so commissioners, just stay engaged, and also, make sure everybody is doing their job. And this is a big, big opportunity. And I think, looking at the property that we had was a good location, but when it came up 2 years ago with the opportunity to use it for commercial, and our vision to have more commercial, in Rolesville, I think it was a good choice for us to go down that street of looking at having a commercial site where we had planned to have a town hall and police station and possibly a rec center too. We had talked about having a rec center there. So, so I think this site would be serving us just as well as that high visibility corner, commercial site, and probably, better for that. So, so it makes, I'm just suggesting to you that, Kelly will do his due diligence in this time and Dave will do his. And I'm just asking the board to, do yours. Make sure that, make sure at the end of the day, we don't look back and question, what we did. So with that, I will say any other discussion, any more comments from any of the other commissioners?
I think the site will be great if, everything goes through, because the walkability factor is crucial for our downtown. And I think that'll be a great complement to it. And I know the neighbors around there will welcome a walkable area like that. So I'm excited about it.
Great. Any other comments? All right. With that, any closing, any other, I guess, general closing comments from the board? I do go like you got something, Sheila.
I just had a question about the developments at Redford and Maine, the office complex. What's the status of that? And also, what's the status of the townhomes at Carlson Point?
May I answer, Mayor?
Yeah, sure.
We have been told by both of them that to anticipate first quarter, the next 2 months, start. That's the best information we have on both of them.
Yeah, and the only thing I know, I haven't, I haven't communicated with any of them at all, Sheila, so I don't know. But I did look on iMaps, which is, a website, and it appeared to me that the developer of that corner piece on, right, like you said, Redford Place and South Main has turned over hands, and the developer now owns it.
Mm-hmm.
So usually they don't buy something until they really sure they're going to do something. So to me, that's a very positive sign that it looks like that they may be doing something soon, hopefully.
Good.
Because
Good.
they made a big investment then,
Good. So with that, I just want to continue to mention the consideration of a sunset clause. And I know that a lot of people are like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, or that's not a good idea. But I do think we need to consider, obviously barring economic conditions and things that could happen that's out of their control, we need to get a handle on if someone's going to come and propose something and we approve it and we're expecting it to come and then nothing. We need to get a handle on that. I feel like that should be something that we discuss along with maybe our R3 in our work session.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and I do think the draft LDO is addressing that, Sheila.
Okay.
It is? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Very good. Any other commissioners? Okay, well.
Reminder, the next meeting's February 2nd. It has at least 3 public hearings. And I think, Mayor, you would like to hold that in person. since that's
Yeah, I
our
think
public comment
with the
meeting.
public hearings, we really need to, so we can actually see the people face to face, and that's what the public hearings are for. I think until, there's a bit better understanding of the COVA, any meetings that we can hold like this virtual, we will try to do it. So we're shooting for, if it's a more workshop meeting, the second week in February, we'll try to do it the same. I think it worked pretty good tonight. So we'll try to do those type meetings virtual, but I do believe, we got a time for the public to come in and speak, and I do know one person that wants to come in and speak, or has asked to come in and speak to the board. So I think, unless something happens between now and then, we will plan to have a in-person meeting on the first of the month. Now, our policy states that Dave put together for virtual meetings, that I believe 1 or 2 can do virtual if you feel like you need to be quarantined or something, but we do need a quorum in town hall when we do that. Dave, is that right?
Town policy gives way to the new state statute. So to the extent that any member participates remotely, it then constitutes an emergency virtual meeting until such time that the legislature cleans up that statute. So in the event that a member is planning to participate remotely for an upcoming public hearing, if that's the case, we will need to take that into consideration. Any action will need to be held to allow for a 24-hour period for additional comment after that public hearing.
So that's our plans, and if something happens between now and then, we'll back up and punt on that. Just in the meantime, keep yourself, not only board members here, but the community as a whole, be sure you keep yourself safe, healthy, maintain your social distancing, wear your mask, wash your hands, not one time a day, but many times a day. And just stay healthy. I think most of us are under 65, so we've got to wait for the next round of vaccine. But I think as more and more people get the vaccine, maybe we're putting this thing further and further behind us. So let's just be careful the next 2 or 3 months, and hopefully we'll kind of see the downside of this coming. So I appreciate everybody attending tonight. Thanks for the work, Kelly. I think the staff did an excellent job in the presentations in the workshop. Thanks for the preparation that was put into that. Got a lot accomplished tonight, and we will keep working at it in rest of 2021. So thanks a lot. Appreciate the board, and at this time I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.